Hello everybody and welcome to round number 3 of the 2025 Wermland Open, Swedish Disco Pro Tour stop number 4 presented by European Birdies. Really excited to have you guys back watching the final round unfold here. This coverage is brought to you by the Patreons. Thank you so much for the support. My name is Fritiof Fagergren. I'm here together with my co-host Michael Bui. How you doing, Michael?
What's up, people? What's up? I'm excited to see the round 3 action here on Wermland Open.
Yeah, and thank you to the partners of the tour. We couldn't do without you. Today we have Mr. Dennis Augustsson taking the first 2 rounds out with a four-stroke lead over Henric Hagman, followed closely by Arvid Håkansson and Simon Nilsson. Fairly new guy to the coverage out of southern Sweden. Really happy to see him play well here. So yeah.
Yep, and moving on to the starting hole 1, par 3, 105 meters. You have a Mando that you need to go right off, and some tricky trees to navigate through to get into the circle. This plays up hills, most likely around 120 meters.
Och vi har första man på tee. Han representerar IK Frisbee, sponsrad av Innovadisk och Heatland Disc Golf. Dennis Augustsson.
Dennis Denka.
Yeah. Favorite going into the event, highest rated, and hometown hero.
Yep, he only lives like 15 minutes from the course.
Turned over, but he's looking at a birdie putt right there.
Yep.
Nästa man upp på tee. Han representerar nordvästra Skånes frisbeeklubb, sponsrad av Scoresbags och Disc Express. Henric Hagman.
Henrik, a dear friend of mine, no stranger to the coverage, throws it far. One of the furthest throwers in Sweden.
As showcased right here, going wide with the driver, just trying to get through everything, and he'll be left with the circle's edge putt for the birdie.
Tredje man upp på tee. Han representerar IK Frisbee, sponsrad av Discmania, Ale Disc Golf Center, DG Events, Kvalitet Consulting och Bergströms trädtjänst. Arvid Håkansson.
Youngest guy on our card. Really promising talent, this guy Arvid, and a good friend as well. 1,000 rated, he's got some game.
Do you know how old Arvid is?
Oh, you put me on the spot. I think he's 15 now. I think.
Yeah, sounds about
Don't quote
right.
me on that though. Yeah.
Around 15, 16.
Yeah.
Han representerar Spindisk FK, sponsrad av Heatland Disc Golf. Simon Nilsson.
Simon Nilsson.
Like the song choice. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but Salvador Ganache, really nice.
Most likely not because of copyright. Simon Nilsson throws it far as well. Fellow Team Heatland player. Puts it wide. Gonna have a circles 2 putt. Maybe he'll have something from there. We'll see right now.
Yeah, Simon has some great potential. He's always had a really smooth form on the backhand as well as the forehand. But he struggled a little bit mentally, and especially on the putting green. But once he, the rounds that he figures it out on, they can keep his cool and just focus in and execute. Those are like there's no limit to what he can shoot. So
Yeah.
he's got some good talent.
A little low from Henrik. Let's see if Dennis can capitalize on this. Also puts it low. It's gonna be most likely a par frame for our lead card here. And hole 1 averaged 2.97, so 66% of the field getting the par here. It's a tricky one. It's not so easy to find a fairway to the basket on this hole.
Yeah, it's a pretty difficult birdie but a pretty easy par unless you miss the Mando off the drive, so.
Moving on to hole 2, par 3, 114 meters. Plays more like 100 meters. A downhill, and most people go either the right side or the left side, and we've seen Dennis parking it 2 rounds in a row. Let's see if we can replicate that.
A little bit too high this time. Here's Hagman. Throwing a
Going
buzz.
straight at it.
Oh, miss it. Almost there. Arvid probably throwing some sort of mid-range. Yeah. MD3 most likely. Not really getting the turn out of it. Or is he trying to go that route?
Looks like
Ended
both Arvid and Henric is trying to punch straight through.
Yeah.
And Simon is going more of the right side route. Looking great.
Yeah. That was a better line. Sneaks up into circle 1. Really solid drive.
Dennis calling, just do it.
Not trying to leave any strokes out there. Here's Hagman. Long bid with a Luna. Arvid's no stranger to making these longer putts. Come on. Almost got it there. So let's see if Simon can capitalize on this.
Yes.
Grabbing a
let's go.
stroke on the leader. Or on everybody on the card.
Yeah. Hole 2 averaging 2.95. So getting a birdie here is good.
You can see kind of the wind ripping in the
what?
background. Oi.
What
I wonder if
happened there?
that, I don't know. I wonder if that had played any tricks on him. Maybe a gust coming in. I don't know. Usually don't see him miss those shorter ones.
Yeah, he's gonna lose strokes to both Arvid and Simon here. And moving on to hole 3, par 4. 167 meters is a short par 4, but the landing zone is super small, right about here. It's bending dogleg left. But because the landing zone is so small, we see most people or players is just trying to get as much distance from the tee as possible. Ooh. That is
man.
on 16's fairway.
Yeah, you really don't want to kick far right on this one.
This fade's gonna be perfect. Getting the catch cam guy to turn around and a little bit too far, but he'll have probably a forehand turnover with this J or
Yeah.
Crow.
Arvid squaring
That's
a
money.
little bit inside, but gets into the perfect sweet spot. I've never seen anybody land that, but good. Just right in the middle, past the gap. Really nice drive.
This one is looking nice, but nicks the tree, but he'll stay in the fairway. Most likely have a forehand turnover from there. Ooh.
Oy. So he actually had a pretty good lie from there, but just missed it right. And then look at this flex.
That's a great forehand flex.
Wow.
Navigating through the tight fairways. He'll have
What a
par putt from
scramble
there.
shot. Yeah. Oh no.
Dennis with his Crow. Needs to fade back. Circle's edge. Should be putting.
It's Henric. Bergex. Ending up a little bit short there. He's gonna have to work for his bogey.
It's quite exciting seeing
Wow.
a professional player at this level playing open bag, because you can see that they're playing for all the different manufacturers. And wow, Simon, it's a circle's edge putt there to save the par. It's a great one.
Really good par save there with the forehand.
Yeah, but as I was saying, ooh, that's a shank putt. But as I was saying, it's nice to see what kind of discs Henric is selecting, not being tied to any one brand.
It really is, yeah. And Denka with a really solid putt there for his textbook birdie. This is for double. Oh, that was for bogey.
It's a tough start from Henric here, going bogey.
Yeah, I counted it wrong, my bad. And Arvid with just a superb birdie there. Sweet spot park to tap in.
Denka, how far do you think it is to the basket?
I think it's 72 meters.
Okay, let's go for this one. That wasn't 72 meters. Moving on to hole 4, par 4, 170 meters. We have OB on the right, OB on the left side, and also a mandatory that you need to go left of. And basket is raised on some rocks, and it's actually played as the second easiest hole on the course for the round 3, averaging 3.58. And Dennis is just blasting it through, almost going through the mandatory on the first shot.
Yeah, sets up really nice for the lefty drive. This one, getting it to push and just travel left without risking going OB. You control your angle right, and Arvid showing you how to do it with just a hyzer. Perfectly in the sweet spot.
You'll have a short approach there to the basket, probably like 30 meters. This one's looking tight, but if it's not out of bounds, it should be pretty good. You need to hug the left side to get an angle in towards the basket.
If you don't push it far enough like Arvid did.
Yeah.
Got some power. Henric here. Trying to replicate Arvid's line, going a little tighter. Left side is going to be in a really good position there. First forehand out of Simon. Looked super good, but unfortunately just nicked the tree he needed to miss.
Got the forward kick though, so we'll have a circle 2 putt for the birdie.
Bergex.
Ooh, that's a nice little skip up. Then is missing his line a little bit, knowing it directly from his hand. And Arvid just laying that up for an easy birdie.
Simon with the long bid here.
Then it's for the birdie. Not connecting.
I wonder if that lift a little bit in the wind.
Yeah, it could be. It didn't look like he had the perfect stance as well. The basket is a little bit raised from his position. Maybe caused him to misput a little bit. Simon getting the par, and Arvid for the tap-in birdie.
This is a big putt as well, just picking up a stroke on the leader, making that gap smaller.
Getting the solo second place here for Arvid.
Yeah, 5 strokes with 14 holes left. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
He's putting himself in good position there.
Moving on to hole 5, it's a long one, 147 meters par 3. We're flying over an island that is safe. And as you can see the ditch here, everything short of the ditch is hazard. So you either need to go for it or lay up for the par. And I believe all the players here are going for the green here.
Yeah, all these guys have the power for it, for sure. Arvid getting to circle's edge right there. It's a decent drive.
This one is fading a little early, but barely gets over the hazard line, but he'll be putting for the birdie.
Yeah, Henrik is not going to be happy with that drive. He needs to get on the birdie train here to catch Denka. Denka with a super nice flex, fading out into the gap. Hits something, stops, and he's circles edge a little bit inside. Simon, super calm run up. Fading a little bit early though.
Yeah, he will have a 15 meters putt for the birdie here. It's a tough birdie to get here, to get inside the circle. Most people will have a long bid, as we're seeing here from Henrik, not converting on his C2 putting here. And hole 5 averaging 3.11.
Oh man.
That was a release from Arvid. Going left.
And that was an important putt to keep pace with Denka. I'm wondering if that played any tricks on his mind. If he was thinking about that while he was putting.
I remember that it was super hot in Sweden during these all 3 rounds. Almost 30 degrees outside and humid, and I know a lot of players struggled with their grip, so could be something with that as well.
Yeah, gonna have to settle for a par, and everybody dropping another stroke to Denka there.
Moving on to hole 6, par 4, 215 meters. We have a Mando tree that we just flew by that you need to go right off. And yeah, the basket is right there. You have OB long, but it's not really in play unless you blast it through. And this one from Dennis needs to quickly fade, and it does. Almost hitting the cameraman, making him dance.
A really good shot there. Barely missing the tree, and he's going to be in the perfect spot. Arvid, this looks tight.
Yeah, that's overturned. He will have a long ways to save the birdie from there.
Henrik pulling it a little bit as well. Fading before the Mando tree, but he's still going to have a chance for the birdie from there, right?
It's a little sawed off. Being left side of Mando is most likely going with a big hyzer or some forehand flex of some kind. Similar to what Simon is going to have here, but he's further back, so he's going to be able to attack it better.
Yeah. Whoops.
Lawnmower.
Mm-hmm. Arvid, little low ceiling shot, trying to push it as high as he could with that mid-range. Fortunately, turns it over a little bit too much and hits those trees. Henrik going standstill.
Yeah, from there it's really hard to get it towards the basket, and just have to try and punch through as much as possible. But Dennis, though, from the perfect position here, just throwing a putter, I believe, or a mid-range, and gets it. close to the basket. He should be happy
Oh
with that
yeah.
one.
Oh yeah. So Dennis just trying to keep on to his lead. Is playing really solid here. Just executing shots and making sure he's not dropping any strokes to these guys, or at least making them work for it. He's no stranger to be in these positions.
Simon with a tricky little lie here. Yeah. A little low. It's hard to get it up when you have a lot of things in your way, but Dennis though, textbook's birdie.
Yeah, good birdie to start off this hole, or this stretch of holes in the field out in the open, where a lot of the wind that they haven't felt so far playing in the wood comes into play.
Join the Paul Macbeth Foundation's Builders Club to help bring sustainable disc golf experiences to people and communities around the world. Your donation will go directly to making a difference. Together we can make a big impact, one small donation at a time.
Moving on to hole 7, par 3, 115 meters. It's quite open. The only thing you have to be scared of is the OB, which is pretty close to the basket. 50% of the field getting the birdie on this hole, and Dennis looking like it's getting some momentum, but stays in bounds and in the circle.
Yeah, good break there for Dennis, not skipping too far out into the OB. Puts the pressure on these guys to execute the shot if they want to stay within shooting distance, and Arvid unfortunately choosing a little bit too long.
Hagman
and
going
Simon
high.
Yeah. And that's going to be a really scary putt to run. And these guys have to start getting on the birdie train here if they ever want to catch Denka.
Yeah. It hits the tree and get the roll back. Unfortunate break here from Simon, and
Oh,
he's getting the circle 2 putt here.
It was looking so good. Yeah. The OB playing tricks on his mind. Turkey.
Turkey boy.
He's running away with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to catch him now.
He's grabbed 3 strokes on Henric and Arvid in the 3 last holes, and 4 on Simon. So he's really just closing the door on these guys. Still 12 holes left though, but they need him to mess up.
Moving on to hole 8, par 4, 213 meters. You have a couple of Mandos, but they are not really in play as long as you follow the fairway where the drone is flying. You want to position yourself around 100, 120 meters to have a 80 meters approach into the basket. And this one is looking a little tight from Dennis, but maybe he'll get through. Doesn't. It's gonna be tricky to attack for the birdie from there.
Arvid throwing
Going the
something
roller.
really flipping, going roller. Maybe he went a little too flippy there.
Yeah.
Henric
This one
showing
is
us
looking good.
some power with that forehand. Airing it, skipping up to the sweet spot. Is
Yeah.
that where you want to be?
Yep. exactly where I want to be. This one is flip up nicely for Simon, and he'll also be in a pretty good position to attack for the birdie.
Think trying to get creative here through the woods. Going a little bit too high though, unfortunately. Clipping something.
Ooh. Arvid going roller again.
Super flippy, even flippier than the first disc. That just dove down into the ground. It's gonna have a long putt.
Henric asking it to go,
Oh.
and it goes right at the edge of the circle.
Yeah, Simon gets through the worst stuff. Yeah, he's gonna have a putt.
Dennis will have to contend with a par putt from there. And Arvid for the birdie. Ooh,
Oh man,
almost.
that would have been such a sick birdie with 2 crazy rollers and then huge putt. Nice old dance there from Simon. Trying to get him jump started. Oh man.
Henric is not having the best time of his life on the putting green.
No, he's for sure not. It seems like everything he's doing is just being, it's just the course is just beating him up. Last trees everywhere and like putts just not everywhere but in. Good comebacker there from Simon.
Hole 8 averaging 3.79. So most of field getting the birdie here. But we're seeing a par frame for our lead card. Moving on to the last hole of the front 9. Hole 9, par 3, 109 meters. It's a low ceiling tunnel shot. It's tricky because it's a low ceiling. And you have a Mando that you need to go right off, so you can't throw over the road here.
Dennis early releases his, but gets through another gap, and he's going to be putting.
Yep. He's going to be putting. Arvid kicking a little bit to the right, but it's quite open on the right side, so as long as you get the distance, you should be putting or having an easy par here. And easy par, hole 9, have 74% of the field getting the par here, but it's a tricky birdie. And Simon is looking like he's pured the gap. Circle's edge is perfect. And Arvid getting it close, trying to give it a little of a bid. And Dennis, a little bit too high.
Yeah, scary putt to run there with the wind. You can see it just blasting in the trees behind him. Henric once again, little low on the putt. Simon though, getting on the birdie train. Nice end to the front 9. Hope he can stay there for a while. Good comebacker for Dennis.
Arvid for the par, taking his time. Gets the par.
And that concludes the front 9 of the last round of this year's Wermland Open. Dennis just grabbing the bull by its horns, 4 under through the first 9. It's a solid start, and it's going to be enough to keep him in the lead by a margin. Thank you again to our tour partners. Be sure to tune in to the back nine to see how it all unfolds. Can Dennis hold this lead and push through to the end to grab his victory, or are they going to chase him down? Thank you to our patrons. I'm your host, Fritiof, signing off with Michael. We see us.
Hej då!
Hej då!